In this video, I'm gonna teach you how to do a 360 on a skim style.
Green light, let's get it. I'm the future, I'm in it. Check score, I'm winning. Green light, let's get it.
Today we're using my AK Skim by Rusty Wake. And as you can see, I have no fin in the board, but I do recommend you using a small trailer fin. It's gonna help you a lot to stay in the wave and shouldn't hinder you to initiate that 360 too much because it's such a small fin. So to start the 360 on the skim, it's pretty easy. I mean, you're on a skim board, so the board already wants to start slipping and sliding. So you wanna just kind of lead with your shoulder and turn your body around. If you're using a fin, go up the face of the wave and make sure that your wave setting isn't too big or too steep. Start with a smaller wave, start with a more flat wave so you have a softer transition. But as you're coming back around, it's all about weight distribution. You want to go up the face of the wave, bring a little weight to the front of the board so that tail can freely spin around and not dig. That's a problem a lot of people have. They'll make that 180 and then the tail digs in. And every time I do a 360, all that's going on in my head is weight distribution, weight distribution. And then as I'm coming around, I'm starting to think, okay, it's time to get my weight slowly back to the back of the board so that and my nose doesn't catch. So it's just little micro distributions in the board, especially with the skim. It's so temperamental with how much weight you put on the board. You can catch the rail so easy because it's such a thin board. And remember, if it's the wave's a little steep and you still keep digging your nose or your outside rail, try doing it further back in the wave. But if you do it further back in the wave, you have to start with a little forward momentum. As soon as that board starts moving forward, right as you start moving forward, initiate the 360. If you wait too late, you're gonna go forward, you're gonna get really close to the boat, do a 360, and you're gonna be in the most dangerous, steepest part of the wave. And you really wanna give yourself as much soft transition as possible, which is why it's beneficial to do the 360 further back in the wave. But make sure you start with forward momentum because when you complete the 360, you're gonna continually be riding with the wave and the wave's not gonna pass you up. Most people have problems with the over rotation issue or digging their rail when they're coming back down the face of the wave. The two things to kind of help you with that, one is to just stay in the flats and just let yourself spin. Honestly, I think that's the easier way, but if you have a little fin on the back of your skimboard, you might find it a little more difficult to break that fin loose if you're in the flats. So you probably want to kind of initiate it in a more of a surf style way, which is driving up to the face of the wave and then shifting your weight to the front of the board so it allows that fin to break loose. You don't have to do too much because that board's gonna want to spin, as you know, if you're riding a skim. The main thing is when you're coming back down the face of the wave, you don't wanna nosedive, you don't wanna dig the outside rail, and you might even get to the point that you came back down the face of the wave, but the board just keeps rotating. It's so frustrating. You're landing the 360, but the board keeps rotating and you can't stop it. The magic solution to that is just getting nice and low as you're coming back down the face of the wave. Get nice and low and shove that hand in the wave and just be patient. Once you shove that hand in the wave, the board will still kind of rotate a little bit. You might be in like a little backside side slip. Let it come back around. Make sure that you keep the arm pointed to the boat. Sometimes that helps a lot. As you're coming back around, point your arm to the boat because what that does, it shifts your momentum back this way. So you'll kind of recoil back to that starting position. So there's two things you can do to stop the over rotations. Shoving the hand in the wave and then throwing the leading shoulder out towards the boat. And that's gonna eventually bring the board right back. If you look at my videos, every time I do a 360, I'm over rotating a little bit. Because in reality, unless you spin that board really slowly, it's really hard to get it to just stop on a dime with no fins. So if you find you're still over rotating and you can't get yourself to stop, try to slow it down a little bit. You're on a skimboard, so you really don't have to give it that much force to whip the 360 around. I mean, you can do a 360 really slow on a skimboard. Really try to slow the 360 down. The slower you go, the easier it's gonna be able to stop that rotation. And that's it. You landed a 360, and the best thing about a skimboard is there's no limit to how many 360s you can do. You can do a 360, a 720, a 900, a 1080, a 1270, a 1590. I don't know. You know the multiples of 360, do the math. And all it takes to keep doing those 360s is just kind of keep giving a little spank on that wave, and that thing will keep whipping you around. In summary, is weight distribution and where you're doing it on the wave, and starting it with just a little bit of forward momentum, and you'll be doing your 360s and having everybody celebrate that you just landed your first 360, and you'll be the coolest guy on the lake. You know, that's what we're all trying to do. If you do too many 360s, you might end up looking like this, dude. Oh, dude, you might get a little mixed up, bro. Which way is that way and that way is this way? It happens, dude. It happens to me all the time. I get too spinny behind the boat, and sometimes I just gotta slow down the spin. So slow it down and keep it tight, dude. Just keep it tight. So stay tuned for more how-to videos. We got shove-its, we got big spins, we got surf style tricks, skim style tricks, whatever you want. Leave a comment below if you're having trouble with something, anything we can help you with, and what other how-to video you want to see next. Thank you guys for watching, and let me know if this video helped you below. Can't wait to hear the results.